I'm Emily.
And I'm Wheat. And for today, we're going to be interviewing some teachers for Hispanic Heritage Month.
Today we have
Miss Chavez.
we are going to be interviewing with questions. Well, the first question is please introduce yourself, your name, the subject you teach, and what is your culture?
Okay, my name is Miss Chavez. I'm the secretary here at Eisenhower Middle School, and my country is Honduras. It's in Central America.
The second question is what is one thing you love most about your country?
We have beautiful beaches, but one thing I definitely love is my music, the type of music we listen to in Honduras, and it's a dance called punta.
The third question is do you have a favorite type of cultural food?
I do. Mine would be baleadas. What is a baleada? It's a big flour tortilla with fried beans, eggs, sour cream, cheese, and your choice of meat. Mine's is chicken, so I like a chicken baleada.
That's good.
Our fourth question is what are some activities that your culture have that you consider to be fun?
That would be my music. So we have something called punta, and again, there's a way you dance it. I can demonstrate a little bit so you guys can have a feel of what it's like. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and play. And everyone in the country dances this. So it's called punta because you step on your tippy toes and you shake your hips. So you just move. All right.
Our fifth question is what does your activity say about you or your culture, and how does it represent your culture?
What does my activity say about my culture? It's a typical dance, and like I said, it's just a tradition. Everybody that is from my country knows about it all, like special occasions, big parties, family get-togethers. We throw big parties for like Christmas and New Year's, and this definitely, I don't think there's ever a party you go to and you won't hear our traditional dance. So it means a lot to us.
It sounds fun.
It is.
Our sixth question is, has there been a time when people mistook your race, and how did you handle it?
Yeah, so I tend to encounter this a lot. Most of it is like when they ask what race you are, like for tests and stuff, or you're filling out any application. Unfortunately, Hispanic, being Latina, is not a race, so everybody's like, what are you? Well, I don't know what I'm at. I am Latina, and unfortunately there's no race considered that. So we're just a mix of everything. How do I embrace it? I mean, how do I take it? I just embrace it, and I try to educate people that ask me where I'm from or like what race is that. I try to tell them where I come from, where it stands in the map, and what we are, who we represent.
Country, we all have something in common, which is our language.
So for me, something that I love about my country is that it's so diverse in the plants and animals and people that we have there. The Amazons are actually partially in Colombia, so the diversity in our country is amazing.
For me, more of our country is the resilience. Like this flower growing in the desert, we have come to this country with having less than what we had in our own countries, and we have grown roots in this country and become Americans, part of the American culture, and growing not to support our family, but our families back home.
So what are some favorite types of cultural foods you guys have?
So for us, our favorite are pupusas, and they're tortillas that are stuffed with meat and cheese or different types of things. So for me, my favorite would be revueltas, which are pork and cheese. That's my favorite food.
It's hard for me to pick. We have so many things. We have arepas, we have tamales colombianos, we have there's so many things. I'm gonna go with tamales. They are this huge little just packed meal inside of a banana leaf. So they're pretty big. They have chicken, pork, beef, carrots, rice. They have everything in them, and it's just one big meal, and it's steamed, and it's just delicious.
Like Ms. Avitangelo said, pupusas, here's a picture of one of them. But I also enjoy empanadas. And I think Colombia have empanadas, but these empanadas are made of plantain, and they have this little rice cream inside of them.
Which is called?
They're called empanadas. Poleada. Well, the white thing is called poleada.
Oh, those things seem very delicious, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to try them.
The fourth question is what are some activities that your culture have that you consider fun?
So Mr. Ramirez and I share the same country, and he has actually a pretty cool activity that he'll share for both of us.
Well, it's a trompo. It's the simplicity of things. It's just a wood tot with a metal point, and you just throw it with the string, and it starts dancing. It was a simple object that you could go the entire day playing with it. No cell phones, no computers, But we enjoy our time with it.
So for me, an activity and a holiday that we celebrate in my country is actually called El Día del Amor y la Amistad. It translates to the Day of Love and Friendship. And we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We celebrate this day. It was actually just passed, September 21st. And you celebrate you're not forced that day to have a Valentine or a boyfriend or girlfriend. You celebrate your friends, and you give everybody a little card, your little friends. You make your own personalized little card, and it's just one of my favorite activities from my country because we're celebrating each other.
Thank you. What does your culture say about you, or your culture, or how does it represent your culture?
Can you repeat that question, please?
What does your activity say about you or your culture, and how does it represent your culture?
Okay. So that was the last question, right? The activity. One of the things that Mr. Ramirez just said was the simplicity of it. It's a simple game, but it brought so much joy and fun to all those who played it. Sorry.
So for me, it says a lot about how unified we are, how we really do appreciate our families and our friends, and we are very open people. We're always we'll take care of you, come to my house, we'll feed you, if you ever need a bed to sleep on, we got you. So that's really that's why I love that day, is because we show that appreciation to everybody.
Like I said, the simplicity of things, going back to the childhood of not having to worry about the many things, the norms here in the United States, but a simple thought, having so much fun with it.
The last question is, has there been a time where people mistaken your race? If so, how did you handle it?
Okay. So I don't think I've ever felt like it's been mistaken. One of the things about being Hispanic is that we come in different shades and different colors, and when you think of a Hispanic person, you really can't put a true image, because you can be very fair skinned or very dark skinned, come from all around. And you know, being Hispanic is more than ethnicity, and I feel part of like a greater group of people.
So I agree with what Ms. Sabatangelo just said. I'm proud to be part of this community, and I have been, somebody asked, there's been a couple times where people have asked if I'm Italian or Asian, which both times I was very confused by the questions, because I feel like I have very prominent features. But either time, I just thought it was interesting, and there was no offense taken, no hostility. It was just curiosity, and I think that the best thing you can do is ask questions so that you can educate yourself about other people and other people's cultures.
For me, not being mistaken by another race, but probably being mistaken of your origin, because a lot of people view of Latinos or Hispanics are, you know, everybody Mexican. No, there's a variety of countries that speak Spanish. You know, they're like Ms. Habitangelo say, there's a many people for different colors. You know, fair, different light skins. So just being called Mexicans, you know, have those people who are probably ignorant. You know, we need to help them realize that there's more to us.
So thank you for telling us about Colombia and El Salvador.